Alright, so today I'm gonna be working on this big hunk of machine here. Just taking off some unnecessary parts like this speedometer, this line that runs to, this line that runs to nothing. Tighten up the brakes and really trying to get it to run right because it's not running right now. So I'll start with the speedometer here. Alright, so for this speedometer, it's just a 1/2 inch on top and on bottom. Real simple, real easy. It'd be pretty cool if that would work, but it won't. So, get this off here. Next, I'm gonna remove this line here. I think it just pulls off here. No, it doesn't. So, alright, we got that cable off there. I ended up just cutting it. I couldn't get a Phillips in there. So now, coming around to the brakes, we're gonna tighten them up here so we got some brakes. Alright, you just tighten it up. I don't think the 9/16 is the right size, but it'll work for my application. I don't think this is doing anything, if I'm being honest. It's just spinning right there. So that could be stripped out there. I'll take it off, see what it looks like. I don't know if you see there, but them are gumped up. So that ain't really gonna help us much. But the good thing about this thing is it's not fast at all. So it'll be fine. As long as you're paying attention, you don't need brakes. I tightened it up a little bit, but not that much. But the next thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take this old air filter off because it kind of looks gumped up. And I got a newer one that might work a little bit better. Then we're gonna crack the bowl open, see what it looks like, because it don't like to run without the choke very often. So we're gonna look into that also. Alright, I got a newer, better looking air filter on there. This one, well, you can't really see no daylight through it. It's gunked up. So we're just gonna put this one on there. It's not the best, but it's better than what we had. So now, if you don't know how to pop your carburetor bolt there, it's just a 10mm. You just pop that bottom bolt out there, it'll come right out. But before I do that, I'm gonna start this thing up and let it run for a little bit. Try to get all that fuel out the bowl, and we're just gonna see if this thing will start. All right, we got it fired up. We're just gonna let it run all the fuel out of there, so it ain't as much. We're not wasting as much. So that was bad enough. I let it run for about 2 minutes or so. So now we're gonna drop this bowl here, which is just one 10mm bolt. Wrong way. And the reason I think is because it won't run really good without the choke on. So that fuel is good and cold. So honestly, not too bad. There's some gunk down in there, so I'm just gonna hit that with some some brake cleaner. Spray the insides out with brake cleaner, all that stuff. Make sure that the float is still doing its little thing, which it is. So yeah. All right, so we got the bowl back on. Turn the gas on, make sure we ain't got no leaks. Make sure it ain't getting wet or anything. Just for a little bit here, just something so you just don't hop on it and go. I guess I could talk about this thing a little bit. I traded that yellow go-kart I had on the last video for it. That's 2 bolted on. Not a fan of that. Yeah, just fair trade. Not sure who got the worst end of the deal. That's besides the point, you know. It runs and rides. The go-kart didn't. It ran, but it didn't drive. It's loose too. Just finding more and more stuff about it. I rode it yesterday. Now looking at it, it looks like I probably should have looked over it before I rode it. You don't ever want to get something just take it on a big old trip your first time. So Just tighten that up to where it's tight. Don't want to lose it, which I think the rust that's on it will save it. A couple things I don't like about it is something in the front end is definitely bent. I don't like this big lawnmower tire on the rear. I don't like the big motorcycle tire on the front there. Not a fan of it, really, to be honest. I like my stuff looking fairly nice. But if this is your style, then go right ahead for it. So I guess that one's tight too. So another thing is it don't really matter, but it kind of does to me. The chain, you know, ain't got much clearance in the tire when you get to going, you know. It ain't got a cover on here. The clutch is about time to be worn. I can't see if there's a spacer back there. So, I don't know. I know you have to run a spacer on the clutch when you get one of these, but the chain seems to be pretty straight on there. Everything is like, this is like old tensioner you'd have on your stock. I guess this came off maybe a Baja Warrior frame. I'm not sure. It's kind of style because it's got where you can mount the fake gas tank. But this is like the stock plate you get on one. This right here is what it would be on it. And then I had a Coleman cover I was going to put on it, but it won't fit with these tabs. I'm sure I could get it fit, but I'm not worried about it. Keep your foot out the way. Haven't checked the oil on it yet. Kind of breaking my own rule. I always sit there, get something, you check the oil on it. But I believe this one's okay because it does run pretty good. Okay. Well, the motor is a little slanted, but I can't see if there's oil down there or not. All right, it was a little low, so I'm just add some of this Pennzoil 10W30 in here. Don't mind the dirty filter. It'll be okay. Just a little bit that I'm comfortable with. Feel like that should be good right there. Wait for it to go. A little bit more. I know the motor's slanted, but I think it's still a little low on oil, which won't hurt anything. But just so I'm comfortable with it, I'm just gonna add just a tad bit more. Right there. So that extra lubrication can save you about 150 bucks. These motors used to be 100. When I started doing go-karting, now they're this much. All right, I was gonna clean this off here. Put that back in there. Call it a day on this thing. Start it back up. See if it runs any better. Might be, might not, might. You know what I mean, might not. So get it started up real quick. Well, it started first full. Take the choke off, see what it does. Oh, that is success. The kill switch don't always work. You gotta like fumble with it. But hey, we fixed the problem. We made it look just that much better without the stupid speedometer on there. But if y'all want to see more with this, let me know. My dog's currently in the road, so I'm gonna go get it. So yeah, y'all let me know how you like this video. I know this is not the nicest thing ever. It's what I got. Actually, not what I got, but it's new to me. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all on the next one.